I'd like to talk about this common phrase that we say. It's not my fault. You can't blame me. When things go wrong, it's very easy. Hey, sis, thank you for joining me. When things go wrong, it's very easy to blame somebody or something, in our lives. Just like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I couldn't help it. You can't blame me and all that. But today, I want you to know that mindset is keeping us disempowered, and it will only lead to anger, misery, and ruin. That mindset never helps anybody. We understand that in this life, a lot of things are outside our control. But what it means to be a human being, and a responsible one at that, is to take responsibility and respond to whatever is facing us and move on strongly from that. So it's a muscle that we need to develop if we really want to build a healthier life. I've heard people talk about how they gained weight because they were mourning, somebody died, and then their way of comforting themselves was just to be eating and eating and eating and eating. Yeah, that has happened. What then do you now do when you've realized that this unhealthy weight is going to lead you to something else? You need to then get up and fix things. We can't continue forever to now keep blaming the obesity on, something that happened donkey years ago. Life doesn't work that way. If anybody wants to really be serious with their health, live healthy, live long, we must take responsibility. Okay? And like I said earlier, it's very easy to blame others. It's the path of least resistance. You can comfortably blame everybody but yourself for whatever is going wrong in your life and not take any responsibility. But like I sometimes tell my son, if you continue to blame everybody and everything around you, you would never get better, because you would never see anything that you can do to fix the situation. Oh, is this person's fault? Oh, is that person's fault? Oh, is my sister, is my brother, is my daddy, is my mother, you blame everybody. You never take responsibility. You cannot get better. You cannot ever grow. It's when you take responsibility that you not be like, well, I know this wasn't my fault, but this is my life and I have to do something better. Then ideas will start coming to your mind on how you can actually get out of that difficult situation. We should not be so comfortable with getting sympathy from everybody. Oh, it's okay sometimes. Yes, we need the sympathy, we need the hugs, we need the support, but we should not just stay there and just continue to stay angry, stay low, stay in misery because we have refused to take responsibility. Life is tough. Life is unfair. Life happens. But the only people who really make it out of life, the only people who enjoy some level of joy and peace and happiness are people who, despite whatever life throws at them, they're able to make it into something better for themselves. We've seen cases of people who have the worst diagnosis, like, oh, you have cancer and you die in 6 months, and you see their attitude and you're wondering, like, how are you still so happy even despite your diagnosis, even despite the prognosis that you've been given? It's because they've chosen to respond differently. Like, life has happened to me, I have this diagnosis, but I will not die before the death comes. How about I enjoy my life for the remaining 6 months? That mentality, that positive mindset can even give some people healing in some cases, where 6 months, 1 year, 2 years after, they're still here because of how they responded to the unfairness of life. So we need to take responsibility. I'm not saying that we'll take the blame for everything that happens to us, because a lot of things are outside our control. But we need to respond in a way that makes us take actions out of that misery. When things happen to us, we are sad, we are dejected, we are unhappy, we are depressed. And the more we continue to then stay there, the more angry and depressed and miserable we remain. But the moment we decide to say, yes, this has happened to me, but I will not stay there. I will take responsibility for my life. This is my life. Nobody's going to live it for me. The moment we take that decision, we will just begin to see that ideas begin to come to us on how we can get better, on how we can get out of those difficult situations. So I'm here telling you that blaming everybody else is a chain that you're putting yourself, is a bondage, is like a prison, because you just remain in that negative space. Blaming everybody else is you being imprisoned in your mind, and you're waiting for somebody to come and free you from that bondage. Personal responsibility is the ultimate freedom. Taking responsibility is the ultimate freedom. I didn't say taking the blame, because you can't blame yourself for what you did not have any hand in. But take responsibility to say, well, this has happened. This job has gone. This bad thing has happened. It's not the end of the world, you know. As long as there's life, there's hope. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying that this thing is easy. But I'm saying that the alternative is worse. It's not easy to stand up and say, this is my life. This has happened, but I move on. It's not easy. But the alternative is worse. Because if we continue to stay there, we'll get angrier, more depressed, more unhappy. We'll just remain in that negative space for a very long time. And that's not good for our health. That's not good for our well-being. As long as there's life, there's hope for a better future. As long as there's still breath in our nostrils, there's hope. If you go out there and listen to people's testimonies, how people's lives have changed from the worst of situations. So there's nothing that can change. So let's not just keep ourselves in that place. Say, oh, this person did me dirty. That person did this horrible thing to me. Oh, this person did this person did that, this person. I always say it. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting another person to die. Somebody is drinking poison like this and is looking at the neighbor and saying, that neighbor will fall dead from me drinking this poison. That's the Lulu, as they say. So, for your own health, for your own well-being, okay, take responsibility for your life. I didn't say for the things that have happened to you. Take responsibility for your life. Whatever has happened has happened. How then do I respond and move forward from here? That should be our mindset all the time. It's okay. Yes, sometimes we'll cry. Sometimes we mourn. Sometimes we remember those things that happened and we feel bad. That's life. But what's really important is don't stay there. Don't wait for some person to come and take you out of that place. Everybody is busy facing their lives. Get up, put on your big girl's pants and move. That's my encouragement to you today. And that's going to impact your health very, very greatly. Thank you so much for joining me on this live. If you watch the replay, leave a comment, okay? And let me know how you found it. To the two people that joined me here, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you found this useful. I honestly cannot see any comments. I don't know if you left me comments or not, but this is where I'll draw the curtains. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in the next 30 seconds because I'll end this live at 10 minutes past 3 exactly. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Do I have questions? Do I have comments? Anything? Anything at all? Well, at any point you can leave a comment under the video and I would respond to it. So thank you so much and enjoy your afternoon. Bye.